Good morning, it's Coach Warda here, day 2 of our swim meet series on conserving energy and keeping it in their bodies. So if you watched my video from last night, you saw that the kids got a big F for keeping warm and actually bringing shoes, which is bizarre, and not wearing them when they did bring them. So I don't think it's going to get much better today because I'm going to see the 12 and unders. Hopefully the 12-year-olds will, which is who I talked a lot to last night, will be wearing shoes today, but I wouldn't expect the tiny kids. Like I said, I'm just glad they're there and they're actually swimming. So to get them on the blocks and actually doing a race is an accomplishment enough, and not to get DQ'd. And by the way, at our house, if you get DQ'd, you get to go to Dairy Queen. So it's not all that bad. Everybody makes mistakes, but that's how you learn. So we're off to the swim meet, and I will check back in on the deck and report on how the kids are doing keeping warm. See you there. There's a parka going right there, see? Oh my God. I'm seeing some kids with parkas. Hopefully they're not leaving. There's one right there. Hi, Rachel. She wore a parka. But still, working on keeping warm and off their feet. Because the other thing I noticed too, a lot of the little kids, I think they're scared to miss their event, so they come down to the blocks like 45 minutes before they're swimming, and they come with their suits on, and that's it. So I kept encouraging them, go back to where you're supposed to be sitting, or if you're gonna sit here, get a towel, get warm. I literally did not see one kid behind my lane with shoes on. So, okay, so we're at a very special place right now because there are so many 10 and unders that got DQ'd tonight, and I can tell you firsthand from timing that there are many that did not get caught, so they got away with it. But in honor of all the DQs tonight, we're gonna go ahead and make a special trip to our favorite DQ place. We're at Dairy Queen, of course. Hi everybody. So we're home now, back from Dairy Queen, and that was nice. I must be out of shape because I can't stand for 4.5 hours in time anymore. That's just, my back was killing me. I was dying. Anyways, reflections on the meet. So everybody 12 and under, literally, they're all standing behind the blocks freezing the entire meet. And unless they were waiting between, a long distance of time between races, they were, they were dressed, I think. I didn't really pay attention. Most of the kids, because I was timing the whole time, were standing behind the blocks for a long time with just their suits on. But one other thing I noticed, that there are two swimmers that came through my lane. One, I think 11, 12-year-old boy, and then another 11, 12-year-old girl. I think the boy may have been, I didn't see the team he was with, but the girl may have been with Swim Atlanta or ASA. But both of them had parkas on up until the very last second before their race. And they swam incredibly well. Just knew what they were doing, wanted to stay warm. I didn't have to tell them to put the parka on or leave it on until right before they get on the blocks. They knew what they were doing. And these are young people, so I'll have to say that is, you got it going on. And younger kids will look up to you for setting an example to stay warm. And that's what I hope everybody can do, is just, it's not just the older kids that need to do this, everyone does. Not only because wearing no shoes around a pool and the pool deck and the bathrooms is actually gross, and you can get athlete's foot from it, but you can get sick, and you can lose energy. So it's definitely a good habit to start wearing shoes all the time at meets, and of course staying warm and staying nourished and hydrated. But the other thing I noticed today, and I asked every kid, because when you're timing for 4 hours, really the way to keep yourself busy is, for me at least, I love encouraging the kids. I love talking about what they're gonna do, what's your goal here. And I would say I'd say almost 10 for 10, except for like 1 or 2 kids knew exactly what they wanted to do. They had no clue. They didn't even know what their time was before. And this goes for the 11, 12-year-old kids too. I would say, well, what do you want to go here? And they're like, I don't know. What's my time now? I'd say, well, how do you know what you're going to do? Like, that's why you're here, right? Is to swim your fastest. So that's another thing I'll focus on a different video, is just, setting goals and knowing times and, knowing what you're there for and how to swim races, especially for 11, 12 and older. Really for the kids that are 12 and up, I think, have enough experience and enough know-how of the sport and how they swim that they should know what they're doing and have a good idea of what they want to accomplish in a meet. And that starts with goal setting at the beginning of the season, knowing your pace to make those times, and then visualization throughout the season, and of course during every meet. So that'll be a different series that I do that'll help kids be able to perform better and actually reach their goals, versus coming up to the blocks and saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. And or I get a lot of, how do I do this race, Coach Warda? Like right before they're about to swim, and I'm like you have to think about that beforehand. So let's try to think about that like before you get on the blocks, maybe before the meet too. So we'll work on that too. But I hope you enjoyed this. And the kids told me, you gotta turn the camera horizontal, Mom. That's how you can see the whole screen. And the other thing is that I didn't say in my other videos, but if you like this channel and you like what I'm talking about with swimming and want to hear some other inspirational stories and content, please subscribe to the channel by pushing the subscribe button and the bell. That way you know when I post another video. And of course a thumbs up if you liked it. And tell your friends and family about it, and anyone else who may be getting into swimming or is already in swimming, or for the other videos that I'll be posting about just our journey through pediatric cancer and faith that that they may find helpful. So with that, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.